Florida 1, and I am 70s TA, I'm sorry, your gold TA 70s chick here. And I've got a very, very fun and interesting show for you. It's going to be a squeaky clean show with lots of chick and man magnet juice. Yes, it's beauty products and brawny products, beauty and brawn in the 70s. And I'm going to give a rundown of all the favorite scents and soaps, makeup, cologne, shampoos, you name it. It's going to be a very fun show. And speaking of, while we're on the subject, I'm going to go into soaps. And a lot of the soaps in the 70s that were very popular, of course, there's still some brand names that are being sold today. You know, Dial, Dial, Dove, Ivory, and so on and so forth. And of course, there was Coast soap. I remember when Coast soap first came onto the scene, it was like 1975 or 76. I don't remember, but I remember that one, the eye opener. And the big thing too in the 70s were the soap on a ropes that we always got our man for Christmas, our dads, our boyfriends, our husbands, and back then. And the most popular, of course, was Old Spice. That was like the fragrance of the 70s for men. And I'll get into that later when I discuss the colognes. And of course, soap on a rope, like I said, I'm not too sure. It's not really heard of now, but back then it was like the thing. It was like the gift to give your man. And also, there were also Herbal Essence had a soap back in 1971. And of course, it didn't last very long. And now there's Herbal Essence's shampoos. Now, when you find the woman faking an orgasm, it was so nice. It was, oh, yes. And of course, it took off from that When Harry Met Sally, which is so overrated. And to tell you the truth, I can't stand chick flicks at all. I don't like them. I'd rather watch an action movie than a chick flick, and maybe a horror movie, psychological thriller. But yeah, but that being said, there was also lava soap, and I think lava soaps are still being sold today. And supposedly it combated polio, which I don't know if polio is still around, or the vaccines that they have. Hello, hello, love the updo. Yes, that's the 1970-71 look. Very early 70s, since I'm going to be talking about mostly a lot of stuff that was from the very early 70s and some of the disco era and so on and so forth. But I figured I'd get my bouffant ready. And anyway, so that was supposedly to combat polio. And there was also, you also know about the Safeguard soap, which was very popular. There was also Pink Safeguard, which received support from none other than John Travolta. Pink Safeguard, I mean, hello. Another popular name brand was Camay, and I'm not sure if that's still being sold. Of course, Oil of Olay is super popular, and I swear by those products. And but yeah, Camay was a big name back then. And another one that's not being sold today are Shield. And I'm not sure Lifebuoy was big. I'm not too sure if Lifebuoy is still sold. I don't hear about it, but I do know that I think, I'm not even sure about Safeguard. That shows you how much I pay attention. But like Shield and Lifebuoy were very popular. And Avon had a soap called Charisma. And there's also, of course, scent colognes called Charisma. And another one that's no longer in circulation is called Tone. It kind of had that tanning lotion kind of smell and feel. And it was real popular. It's like it tones up your skin and tone up with tone. In the 80s, they show some woman working out to aerobics saying tone up. And so I think in the 80s that was still popular. I think it probably went defunct in the 80s. I'm not sure. But yeah, and there was also Avon had these decorated mini soaps that they look like petite fours. They little dessert, little petite fours, like little cakes with little frostings. Yummy. Now I'm getting a hankering for sweets. Not good. And it's actually the 70s had some really funny kids soaps. One of them was they were Fuzzy Wuzzy bath soaps, and what it is that it sprouted hair like these crystals, hair crystals, And, kids actually, when it's all done, kids can find a little toy inside. And it's a pretty good way, pretty clever way to encourage kids to stay clean. Kids are just enthralled with anything. And let me tell you, I wish I was a kid again. I mean, it's such a different world. I mean, everything's like a big, like everything's like, I remember, I mean, everything was just, I mean, your mind had no clutter, and, everything was just one day at a time. And yeah, it just goes so fast. And another one, there was called Silly Soap, and it was like silly string. And they had 3 different cans of silly string or cans of silly soap, and they were different characters. There was one, and it says, like, Woo Woo the Whale says, Mr. Monster says, and Alfie the Astronut says. So, yeah, I'm sure kids were really in their glory over those. And another one that Lady Peeps would like, my friend from the jolly old UK would like, Matey. And it was a pirate ship with mates on the box and another pirate up the loft. Aye, kiddies, swab your deck. Or swab your body would be your deck. Yeah, that's so funny. And there was also one, this one's funny, Wee Silly 3. And it was 3 men in a barrel, and kids just like to look at it. And of course, now this is hilarious. Of course, what would, the Star Wars franchise be without Star Wars soap bubbles? Luke, I am your lather. And it was great galactical blaster bubbles. Luke, I am your lather. I love it. But I'm looking for Lee. I told Lee if he didn't hear from me that I'm live. So I don't know where he is now. I hope he gets me sooner or later. And I told Lady Peeps and another lady named Emery, who's out in the Philippines. She's a friend of Lee's. Pardon me for 1 second while I look and see if he's going to join on. Pardon me, folks. I am so sorry. Okay. I'm live now. Okay. You got it. All right. Now let's move on to colognes. And the colognes in general, a lot of the scents back then that were real popular were the musky, woodsy, and floral scents. And of course, floral scents are my favorite. And the colognes were very, very concentrated. I'm going to give you a rundown of some of the ones that I have already. This I ordered, I covered in my 1970 show. This I ordered online from 1970, Skinny Dip cologne. And I finally got it open, and whoo, strong, strong, strong. And there's another one here. It's called Occur, and this is one of my favorites, another really strong. This is one of my favorites, my mom's, I'm sorry. And it's original from 1970, came in the box, and the box even smells like the 70s. It's that musty, and I can tell it's authentic. But there it is, Looking Glass, and there's a handle, and it still smells. It smells like it's not as strong as the Skinny Dip, but I tell you what, this reminds me of my mom in the 70s. I think she had this too. I'm not sure, but yeah, it reminds me of my mom. And she had this bouffant hairdo. I showed some pictures in my 1970 where my mom had the beehive bouffant, and she was wearing paisley black with gold paisleys and purple polyester pants. It was my birthday on 1970. She was standing outside with me. And another one of my favorite scents that was in the 70s that's still being sold today is Wind Song. Now it's by Prince Machiavelli, which was a big name back in the 70s. And I love Wind Song. It's somewhat strong, like I said, but oh my God, do I love it. And some more sweet smelling perfumes here that I absolutely love. One of my favorites is Sweet Honesty by Avon. Oh, and Sweet Honesty was like so sweet smelling. It's like sunshine on like this nice it's like sunshine on this nice spring day, and nice, you know, not so strong flowers. Hey, there's Lee. Or Dana, like I said, he goes by his middle name Lee, so that's another Lee that we know. But so you differentiate between him and you know who. You know, I know him as, I refer to him as Arthur to you, because so you don't get mixed up. Okay, there's Lee here, that's the great, and Lee who thinks he's great. And Lee knows who I'm talking about too. Yeah, and Lee, I told Dana about your show. I sent her a clip of your birthday show, and I told her, I said, you can only listen to it maybe a little bit because it's 5 hours long, and now you sometimes go 8 hours. He's like a kid in a candy shop. And like me with these YouTube, the music that I download, and I've got so many damn CDs, I don't know which one to listen to, and half the time I end up listening to his shows, which he's very grateful for. But anyway, here's a lighter cologne. This was more for kids, and I ordered this because I remember this from when I was 11 years old. I got from my grandmother. Hello Sunshine Cologne. Now this is a really nice, because it's for kids, and it's a very nice sweet cologne. Smells nice. Now this I would definitely wear even as an adult. But there are more popular fragrances back then. One of them was Taboo, which was just like Occur. And Taboo was, it had oak moss, amber, and lemon oil. And it sounds nice, but man, another one that just knocked you off. I mean, a lot of these were headache inducing. Oh my God. So yeah, Taboo. And it was by Dana. The name of it was Dana. Taboo by Dana. And Occur was by Avon. And there was more. There was Smitty Cologne, and the commercial was Smitty Did It. And I don't know what the fragrance was. My mom never got it. And another one was Charlie perfume, which is still being sold today. And Charlie was one of my favorites. It was hyacinth, gardenia, violet, and musk. And it was strong too, but I loved the smell. And in the ads, they showed that actress model Shelley Hack, who replaced she replaced Kate Jackson on Charlie's Angels. She played Tiffany. The only mainstay was Jacqueline Smith, who was Kelly, who was my uncle up north, his favorite angel. I remember my mom asking, "Who is your favorite angel?" He says, "Jacqueline Smith." He said, "She's more talented and more prettier." My mom said, "You sure it's not Farrah?" She goes, "Oh no, Jacqueline Smith." So yeah, Farrah was the it girl, but Jacqueline Smith, I think, was a lot more exotic, a lot more sensual, and yeah, I think she was it. But and also there was Love's Baby Soft, which was kind of like, it was like Sweet Honesty, only like a little more, little less like kind of baby powder scent. And it had this really disturbing ad. I think it was in the late 70s. It was of this, I swear she was about 12 years old, with this really nice curly hair. And it says, "Because innocence is sexier than you think." That's, yeah, that's definitely pedophilia at its best. I don't know how people got away with ads like that back then, but now it wouldn't go over, and rightfully so. Yeah, I like Love. I had Love's Baby Soft too. That was like a more late 70s, early 80s cologne. But yeah, that ad was very disturbing. And also Prince Machiavelli not only made Windsong, but they also made Aviance with the "It's Gonna Be an Aviance Night." That was one of the major colognes, along with an Enjoli was, "I can fry up the bacon, or I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never, never, never let you forget you're a man, 'cause I'm a woman." See, I sound like a hag. I can't roll my voice in my throat like that. But that was the slogan. Okay, and Anjali, Fabergé Babe was really nice. I'm going to look for that too on eBay. It was like a body splash. And there was an ad, and it says, your skin looks good to eat, babe. and he's biting the cheek of this woman, and she looks so annoyed and so pissed off and disgusted. She's like, "Ugh." He's like, your skin looks good enough to eat, babe. And I got this, I remember in Christmas in 1980. And that's another one I'm going to look for on eBay, definitely, because that's where I got the Skinny Dip cologne. And Bonnie Bell was a good big name back then, that and in the 80s. I'm not too sure if Bonnie Bell's still around today. They had Bonnie Bell Skin Musk. And also opium was first launched in 1977. Of course, it created a great controversy because everyone thought it was actually made of the opioid. And of course, as usual, though, the controversy sells, and it pushed the popularity, and it sold really big, of course, because of that. And the actual scents, it had it had mandarin, myrrh, and amber. And yeah, I like opium myself. I even get opium scented oils, and with the oils, with the oil misters, you're supposed to get like the essential oils, but I get the more concentrated ones. I get the Nag Champa and Dragon's Blood and Opium, which are my favorites. And I clean it really good because sometimes it tends to get gunky, and you pour it in and you clean it out and it mists really well. It's just some of my favorite scents. And I also like the lavender and the lilac and all that, but that I stick to, those favorites, especially when I go out in the gazebo and listen to my jazz and have wine at night, or paint that pole. I got to finish painting. I made a painting of our bar that we bought from you, and it's really the elements have taken its toll on it, but we still have it. It served a purpose, and thank you for selling that to us. And we couldn't fit, like I said, the canopy, because actually now I wonder if we could. Because we have a higher gazebo now. I'm going to ask him about that. And also, the Avon Top colognes were, of course, Sweet Honesty, Sonnet, Topaz, To a Wild Rose, Here's My Heart, which was very popular, Rapture, Occur, which was popular, and that was my mom's favorite. I showed you the Looking Glass, Wishing, Persian Wood, Somewhere, Unforgettable, and Cotillion. Cream perfumes were big back then too. Oh, I used to love them. It's coming in little, cream perfumes, and a lot of the big names were Lily of the Valley, Birds of Paradise, and Lilac. And those pomanders that they were little plastic. It was little scents, a little plastic, kind of like in a bag that you get now, like the potpourri, and you can put it in your car. This one was for, they hung in your closet, or you can put in your drawer to give your clothes and everything a nice fresh scent. And they had little shapes too, little plastic shapes. There were shoes, hats, flowers, birds, shells, fans, and etc. Like, the little fans. So they were really neat. And also demi sticks were the big thing, like almost like lip chapstick, but it was in a perfume. It was in sticks. And also unisex fragrances were being developed then, like more organic and natural scents. And it was made by a company called Aveda, which I'm not really sure about. I've never heard of. So, and also the kids' colognes. I remember having this too. They had this cologne. It was Avon cologne. And it was kind of a bit heavy, but colognes were heavier that bad. And it was in a cupcake, like a glass cupcake. You'd unscrew the top, the icing, and the cherry. And I remember looking at, man, this is so cool. Oh, I used to love it. And there was Delicate Daisies. And of course, there was Hello Sunshine. And there was the fragrance Pin Pals. They were on the pin, and you can open it up and take the perfume and put it. I think I might have had a Pin Pal once before. And sometimes I think they had the lip gloss too. And that was really nice. Those, I mean, God, I can go on and on about a lot of the kids' stuff. A lot, of course, because I grew up then. Unfortunately, I wasn't a teenager. And I would love to have been a teenager, early 20s, because I'd be going out to all the rock clubs, the discos, all the good, oh my God, all the good name bands. Oh God, Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith. And Aerosmith, I'm sorry, they've took more the blues route. And blues to me is like, there's some good blues, like Stevie Ray Vaughan is the best. Other blues, it's the same chords on each bar over and over again. So yeah, like B.B. King. and the like. But also there was on Christmas of 1970, they came out with Avon's Small World for girls, and there are dolls with things like demi stick, fragrance, shampoo, lotions, cologne, or lip pomade. And it was after Disney's It's a Small World, and the dolls were all from all different countries, like you see in the ride It's a Small World. And that, I think, was the coolest. I don't think I ever had one of those. And it was around Christmas of 1970 that was being brought into fashion, into the material, into the cologne and fashion world. And also, I was lucky enough, I ordered 2 scents, 2 vials. There were $3 or $4 each. And it was a website that I found that sells these different retro fragrances, and it's called STC, meaning Surrender to Chance. And I purchased, it was Cody, which is also a big name back then, which is unheard of today. I don't think they even have Cody anymore. Sweet Earth, Mist of Jasmine, and there's another that I really don't remember. But I thought, man, this will be nice. I can't wait because I'm going to maybe order more. And I'm looking on eBay for that Babe cologne. And, it was Night Blooming. I think it was Night Blooming Jasmine. That's what it was. Because I remember I found this Calgon back in 1990. There was these spray colognes that Swap Shop was selling. Yeah, remember that, Dana? Whew. Yeah, and I got one. I'm like, man, I love this. And I got it during the spring, and it just matched so much. But also, here you go, Lee. I don't know if you've worn any of these, but these are the men's fragrances. Yeah. I was going to say top 5, but there's one I forgot to add. So they're the 6 top fragrances of the 70s for men. One of them was Polo Green, and no 70s man would ever dare walk into a disco not wearing that. And I remember I got my dad a Polo. Polo was popular in the 80s too. I remember I got my dad for Christmas in 1984, and he still has that bottle. He still hasn't used half of it, and he still hasn't used it, very sparingly, which was good. It made it last longer. And it had like wood and leather tones, and I'm sure it was the big hit with the ladies, the real chick magnet, and trying to get the Saturday Night Fever vibe going on. Of course, we all know the button-down shirt and the hair and the porn star mustache and the martinis. Or there was a Frank Zappa song called Disco. It was Dancing Fool. Very first Zappa song I ever heard in the beginning was, "Can I buy you drinks, huh? Couple drinks, huh? Looking for Mr. Goodbar? Here he is." Wait a minute. I get it. You're an Italian. Huh? You're Jewish? Love your nails. You must be a Libra. Your place or mine? Yes. And that came out in 1979. That was the very first one I ever heard. And another one for the preppy metrosexuals, the boardroom GQ types, were Lagerfeld Classic. And it first came onto the scene in 1978. And it was worn by the more fashionable types, like I said, the men in boardroom types that give like these speeches. And hi, Gracie, you want to say hi? There's Gracie. Hi, honey. Come here, baby. She's getting old, and her legs bothering her more than normal. I gave her some medicine, but she wanted to come in and say hello to everybody. Hello, Graciela. Come. Give me a kiss for luck. This is the sweetest dog in the world. Oh, yes, my girl. She loves everybody. She says, hey, I want to get in. I want to discuss the 70s too. One more kiss. Oh, she will kiss you all day. Good little baby. Oh, come here. Okay. She is just the sweetest thing. Oh, I just love her. She comes in sometimes when I'm doing yoga, and it's like she's scared I'm going to hurt myself. She'll sit right by me. She's such a cutie. Let's see her ears. Sometimes I'll say, ears up, because I always love when her ears stand straight up, and they hadn't been doing that for a while because she's been in so much pain. But I hope she doesn't have to go outside, because I'll have to cut the show for a minute. Which I'm going to have to do. I think she has to go outside. I wish there was a way to pause this. Lee, you probably know, but yeah, see, she's scratching at the door, so it'll be intermission. Sorry you have to see my butt. Intermission time. Come on, baby. Come on. Gracie, you got the cookie? Gracie, go. Come on. Come on. Come on, honey. Poor thing. Come on, baby. All right. Yeah. I got her on meds, and I don't know. She was doing well for a while, and oh, thank you. Oh, Lee. Oh God, you're embarrassing me. Holy crap. I'm blushing. Well, thank you. I think I've lost a few pounds lately. I got a salad last night instead of pizza, so yeah, she's oh, and Dana, I'm gonna send you a clip of Lee. He makes up songs as he go along with the hold music, and he sings one about my dog. Oh, okay, thanks, Lee. Either way, that's fine. Oh, Jesus. Oh man. Oh God. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah. Okay. Well, that aside, I'm going to send that to you. Okay. The men's fragrances. We also have Fabergé Brut. Oh, you know, everybody knows Fabergé Brut, and that was celebrity endorsed. It was endorsed by Elvis Ward. Oh boy. So I'm sure every man had to have that. And the slogan was "Splash it all over," and that was celebrity. So that's like the celeb cologne. Next one, of course, and everybody knows. Just making jokes like, "Oh, okay, that's all right, that's okay." Like how Lady Peeps and I always call you. We always, you know what we do when we go to listen to your show? We say, "Oh, it's sexy time." But okay, Fabergé, Old Spice, of course, and that was more for the brawny, manly men, you know, with the calloused hands and some of the facial hair and, you know, hardworking blue collar man. And that was the cologne of the 70s. And the commercial, the slogan was, "Are you an Old Spice man?" And it reeked of masculinity for the man's men. And, you know, for the callous and the stubble. So that was, of course, Old Spice soap on a rope was, my dog was Friskies because yikes. Oh, better get that out. Yeah, I'm gonna let her hear that clip if you don't mind. And of course, there was another one called High Karate. Aya! And that was for nerds wanting to get a woman. They figure they splash this on and they become a chick magnet. So, and of course, we all know the English leather. All my men wear English leather or they wear nothing at all. That was like the big thing. And let's see. So we'll run it down. Polo green. That was Polo green was a disco fragrance. Gracie. Oh, now she wants to go out the door. Sorry. Once again. Come on, baby girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go on. Yeah. Yeah, I know. No, I already just put her outside the door. I just took her out for pee. Honey, I don't know why. Maybe I'll give her another half, maybe later. Oh no, yeah. All right, I'm sorry. You know, when you have a dog, they're like kids. But anyway, okay. So now I'm embarrassed. Jeez. Oh man. Okay, well, anyway, there was, you know, Polo was the disco scent. Lagerfeld Classic was the preppy. Fabergé Brut was the celeb endorsed, and Old Spice was the manly men, and High Karate was the nerds. And old English leather sounded to me like it was for perverts, not perverts, but men just looking for, you know, that the typical men that think with you know what, and yeah, so which is most guys, I'm sure. And now colognes, now we had bath products, colognes, and now we are up down to the shampoos. There wasn't too many shampoos for men. In fact, the men's were only, they had Old Spice shampoo, and as a matter of fact, they had Brill cream. Lee, do you remember Brill cream shampoo? I don't, because it was around in 1974. And of course, there's Brill cream hairspray, and Wella Balsam, which was kind of unisex, so there wasn't too many there for the men. Woo! That's what Lee does when he's mimicking Indian scammers, and he's had a few experience with them with flying planes. It was, ooh, my plane can fly high. Ooh. Oh my God, he's hilarious. You got to jump on one day, Dana. He starts his show at 1 o'clock. Whenever, I mean, you can go in. Sometimes I'll say, okay, bye, I gotta go. Then I do my thing, and then I come back, and he's still on. So yeah, and it's quite not eccentric. Like I can't describe it, but women's shampoos that some of them are being sold today, and some aren't. Like White Rain is still being sold today, and that has a really nice fragrance along with the hairspray. And Breck, you know, the Breck Girl. The ads were they had very common normal women on the ads that were used to promote healthier and more manageable hair. So, are you a Breck girl? And so that was very early 70s, late 60s. And there was Flex shampoo, which I think Flex is still being sold today. Prel, I don't know if Prel's still around, but Prel concentrate in a tube, and I used to love it. You know, the tube, it's like a tube of toothpaste, and you can see the bubble going up. And plus, I heard that Prel is so strong, it would clean white walls on tires. So, and that was pretty scary. Imagine what it would do to your hair. It would strip it completely. And there was also Long and Silky and Short and Sassy shampoo, which I don't know what the difference, shampoo is shampoo, but Long and Silky's slogan was, as long as I live, I declare, I'll never dream of cutting my hair. And after my mom took me to the salon to get my hair trimmed, and it was long, she cut it all the way up to here. And I was so embarrassed. And my mom says, oh, you look so cute in short hair. I'm like, no, don't even think about it. And so, yeah, and Dorothy Hamill endorsed the Short and Sassy. She was always in the commercials. And as far as short hair goes, the Short and Sassy, the wedge look was in. But no, not me, sorry. There was also shampoo called Lemon Up, and it claimed to have the juice of one full lemon in each bottle. And supposedly rinsing hair with lemon juice was really popular back in the day. And now the Lemon Up took it to a whole new level. And nowadays we rinse our hair with apple cider vinegar, and it works, believe me. It does work. And it conditioned my hair real nice. And my hair is growing now. It's getting kind of funky because I haven't had a cut because the salons are closed. And so I just let it grow, and hopefully it'll grow out. I have my mom trim it. Hopefully it'll grow longer, which I think it grew an extra inch. And you can see the grays coming in, and I'm not too sure whether or not to color it again, because I don't want to have the same color as my hair, because I don't like it. I don't like this. It's brassy now. And the only thing I can do is try to grow it out, and it's not going to grow that fast. And these shampoos, the colors, over the counter don't last. And I had the natural one, which I found in Whole Foods, which was 17, almost 20 bucks. And I've got to get the lightest one available because I accidentally colored it before my wedding and it came out black. And let me tell you, I was so upset because I was a fat bride. I cut my hair for some reason. It was black. And I had a hair flower in my hair, and I kind of looked like a 1940s girl, but it wasn't how I wanted it to be. It's like, you know, nothing ever turns out. You know how us Pisces are, Dana. Nothing ever turns out our way. I wanted to have that long flowing hair like everyone, the pretty girls have, the ones who look normal. And then there's me. I'm the short troll who, you know, I think God took all the wrong body parts and everything and threw them together, and voila, here I am. But enough about that. There's also the Earthborn shampoos. They were, and I remember those. They were more supposedly the natural, more organic, and they had the commercial was Earthborn apricot, green apple, avocado, strawberry too. That was a commercial, the slogan there. Not really a slogan, but a jingle. And oh, I don't know if you remember Body on Tap. It was supposedly mixed with beer. It had beer. One of the ingredients was beer, and beer enriched. And Farrah Fawcett and Kim Basinger were in commercials for Body on Tap. And Farrah, of course, had her own line with Fabergé Organics. And the slogan was brewed with beer, but don't drink it. So I used to like, oh man, real beer. And I used to like looking at the bottles for some reason, little rectangle bottles, rectangle shape, and watching the bubbles go up, the little like a teardrop bubble going up. And okay, well, Dana, thanks for joining on, and you can catch the rest of this later. Thank you for showing up. And I know Lady Peeps probably, poor thing, she's probably sleeping again. And Emery, I'm not too sure where she's at, but I notified them. So yeah, that was brewed with beer, supposedly. And there's also dry shampoos that we're interested in. And I don't know why, what's the point? Dry shampoos, they said, oh, you've got to put them on after you use real shampoo. Why? Why are they called shampoos? They're supposed to be in between. But I tried them, and all they did was make my hair greasier. They didn't do crap. And the name of them was back then was Psst. And Susan Day, there was an ad with Susan Day on it in 1970 using it. And there was also Busy Girl and Maxi Mist. And like I said, I don't see the need for dry shampoos if that's not, they're not going to do what, you know, they're supposed to do. You know, make your hair, like if you're bedridden and you brush it out, it's supposed to look real nice and kind of dry out the oils and spread the oils. And yeah, it doesn't do that, at least not for me. And also the hairsprays, of course, the main hairsprays were VO5 and Aquanet. Aquanet was very essential. And I think that was introduced probably in the 40s, but popular in the 70s and 80s. I remember I used it when I took for picture day. I had my hair feathered, and of course the humidity was so bad here in the 70s in Florida that no matter what I used, of course, me with the Italian hair, even if I like poured it on, my hair would still frizz. But I used it a lot. And then they had All Set hairspray, which I like. It was nice and no stick. And All Set was great. I think I got to find that again. I think I can still find that. I'm definitely getting that. And I really don't wear actually much hairsprays, but if I need to, I can find it. Like if I go out for a job interview, God only knows what I'm going to do for a job. I'm going to learn QuickBooks. I'll get it on download, and I'm going to learn that sucker. So anyway, along men, it was the dry look, and of course, Alberto VO5. I remember the dry look, and you see the typical 70s hairdo was parted on the side and kind of had a little bit of lift to it in the front. And Lee, maybe I wonder if your dad probably wore that hairstyle. And I don't know if did your mom have the beehive and the bouffant? I'd like to know what they wore back then. Well, my parents were squares instead, not hippies. They were squares. They had the total early 70s, conservative look. But men's shampoos, like I said, of course, were Old Spice, Brill Cream, and Wella Balsam. But Wella Balsam was more unisex. And now, for the ladies, I'm going to be going through makeup. And no, makeup was very tacky back then. The makeup in the very early 70s was all one color, preferably in sky blue. all one color, and the black eyeshadow, and you did the top and bottom and the mascara. And the palette, the makeup palette was more like, the liner was dark black, and the bases were light liquid, like flesh color. Liquid or cream was a tan. The powder was like the opalescent and iridescent, and the blush was always light pink, like what I have on. And the liner was always dark black. Trends were the top and bottom mascara, shimmer eyeshadows, which were more the late 70s, mid 70s, and all one color look, of course, what I demonstrated. And a lot of those looks, like like that look, and the sheer lip gloss, it was like a bronzer that you can apply to, and hair flowers, of course, which are still being sold in Claire's. You can find that for festivals like Coachella. And oh my God, if there's ever a hippie fest nearby, like coming out, like Starlight musicals usually come out here every August, and some bands play retro 70s, retro 60s, and so on and so forth. But if they did a hippie one, you know I'd be there in a heartbeat. And the shadows, the popular colors were light blue, lightest blue, light purple frost, light green, dark brown, and maybe yellow. So they're all light kind of pastel colors. And yeah, good. I figured that. And the lipstick and lip gloss colors were, of course, peachy pink, pink frost, light peach frost, nude frost, earth coral, and fuchsia gloss. All the like the light, like the fuchsia, and yeah, all those colors were, yeah. Next time I do a 70s video, I'm going to kind of have to look to see if I have those really light colors, and I'm going to really look the part. And the most famous were the Pot O Gloss. And I think they were made by Avon, Pot O Gloss. And there was one called Apple Polishers, and they had all the colors associated with apples. There was apple colors like coral, brown, pink, and orange. And Cody, the brand name Cody, was a big name back then. And I don't even think I even see Cody anymore. Or Aziza was a big name in the 70s and 80s. And of course, there's, CoverGirl, Maybelline, Rimmel, and of course they're still being sold today. Rimmel is like a big expensive makeup. And even if I was a millionaire, I don't think I'd pay for expensive makeup, shoes, bags. I'm sorry, there's really no need. I don't even use bags that much anyway. And there was also a brand called Alexandra de Markov, which I never heard of. And evidently that was big back then. That's obscure, just like I like to cover obscure music from the 70s. And Maybelline back then had the Ultra Frost shadows, which were the matte colors, and in those colors that were popular, as noted. And there was a powder twist. It was a wand. Twist it 2 times, and you can take it and roll it like anywhere you want, on your lids, here, and God knows where. And also there were the mini Maybelline had the mini makeup kit, and I remember I had one. I got one as a gift when I was 12 or 13, and it had for your hair color, whether you're blonde, brunette, or redhead. And they had 3 eyeshadows. They had eyeliner, mascara, brow liner, and it was in a little case, and it was the coolest thing. I remember how really cool that was, and I always carried that around in my purse, and I always used it every day. And that was in 1980. I had that one. And like I said, 1980, I got the Babe and the Maybelline. If I can find those, I can go back to my childhood. I can go back and, like I said, I can get some of this stuff on eBay, or that Surrender to Chance. That was the name of that new website that I found, STC. So anyway, well, I hope you all enjoyed my squeaky clean, studly fragrant show, the Squeaky Clean show from the 70s. And I hope you enjoyed the show. And please let your friends know about my channel. If they like it, have them subscribe and hit the notification bell. And much more reviews will be appreciated. And that would be it. That will be it for now. And everybody stay clean and splash on that chick magnet juice when you go out and about. And ladies, you do the same with the nice feminine scents, that the scent that would attract, like mix with your pheromones, and you can mesh with your twin flame. Okay, that was the end, and everyone have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you, Lee, tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Okay, enjoy. Bye.